Hello, I'm David Stoller, CEO of Transload America, here to introduce you to an exciting new technology that will change the way solid waste is stored, transported, and disposed of. BaleTech 3 is a proprietary system based on proven European technology that provides a portable, high-volume, high-speed system for baling and wrapping solid waste. I'll now take you through the baling process and highlight the attributes of this extraordinary new equipment. The material is loaded into a shredder which will reduce the particle size, creating a finer stream of material composed of pieces smaller than 16 inches. This reduction works well for all baleable materials, whether it be municipal solid waste, bulky waste, recyclables, or other commodities. The shredded material is conveyed on a 4-foot conveyor into the roll press, which compacts the material into a 74 by 60-inch cylindrical bale. We have achieved densities as high as 1,850 pounds per cubic yard with municipal solid waste. The bale is bound by a synthetic net that has extraordinary tensile strength, which can withstand drops of 30 feet or more. The netting wraps the diameter of the bale, providing uniform tension application, which makes the bale less prone to bulging and tearing. Once the net is applied, the bale is then moved to the mid-bay wrapping module, where it is wrapped with a pre-stretched, ultra-thin, low-density polyethylene, creating a uniform, skin-like protection around the bale. BaleTech 3 has unidirectional film application, which results in even and consistent coverage of the bales and provides significantly faster wrap and cycle times. Since the bales are self-contained, BaleTech 3 will allow anyone in the long-haul transportation of municipal solid waste to replace entirely the old system of containerization. Each machine can process approximately 120 tons per hour, with little or no additional capital improvement needed for installation. The entire machine has the ability to be installed and operated within 24 hours of delivery. BaleTech 3 is safe for on-site storage of solid waste, promoting the capacity to further process and convert that same waste to useful products, including energy. BaleTech 3 provides an immediate alternative to land disposal, offering a variety of disposal solutions. The bales can be stored as an intermediate step to ultimate waste-to-energy conversion, or even as a long-term storage solution, such as bale fill. As this bale is being wrapped in film plastic, the next bale is being formed in the press chamber. This parallel processing of waste materials significantly improves cycle and processing times. The bale is then released to the conveyor and removed for transport to a disposal or material recovery facility. BaleTech 3 bales can be removed from the conveyor using forklifts and other equipment. The bales are tear resistant, as equipment handling does not increase tension on the shrink wrap. The entire baling and wrapping operation can be managed remotely. It is driven by a sophisticated yet simple to run control board that allows the operator to see the entire process real-time and manage and specify all of the key inputs and outcomes from one remote location. If you are in the waste business, private company or public entity, processing, transferring, transporting, or disposing of solid waste, BaleTech 3 is an innovation that will change the way you do business.
All right, I like this next story. Listen to this. All that talk about global warming, it has many companies looking for ways to improve the environment. Now, a garbage transport firm, Transload America, is one example. It just acquired new technology that's actually going to allow rail cars to transport more waste. We mean garbage by this. This is going to help get trucks off the highways and cut down on pollution, we hope. Joining us right now to explain how it all works is David Stoller. He's the CEO of Transload America. David, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks, Becky. Happy to be here.
All right, tell me how this works. What's the new technology that you've actually just acquired?
This technology, which is European in origin, actually bales and shrink wraps garbage. It bales it like a giant hay bale. So you shred the garbage, it comes into the baler,
looking at it there.
it is pressed, it is compacted, equivalent to what compaction would be in a landfill. It is then netted, and then it is wrapped with a shrink wrap.
Does that shrink wrap keep it from stinking?
That shrink wrap eliminates most of the issues, the nuisance factors in garbage. It eliminates totally the smell. It eliminates all leakage, leachate from the garbage. It eliminates birds, pests, rats, everything that you find either at transfer stations or at landfills. Eliminates that. It also, to the extent it facilitates rail transportation, takes trucks off the road, and so much of the congestion we deal with. Everybody that has gone next to a 40-foot tractor trailer on the highway taking garbage.
They stink.
They stink, and they're dangerous.
All right, so that looks like a giant diaper genie that wraps this stuff up. But how is this actually going to cut down on pollution? You mentioned that we were just looking at trucks hauling this stuff, but you're saying that's not the main way that things will be hauled?
This technology can be hauled by truck, but what it really does is facilitate rail transportation. And rail transportation is decisively more economic, more environmentally advantageous, and better for communities.
How much more so? I mean, how much money does it save to ship this stuff by rail cars instead of trucks?
I'll give you an example. On average, you're talking about one rail car carrying 95 to 100 tons will replace 5 large tractor trailers on the road.
One rail car,
not
the entire
not a train,
thing.
one car. So if you're talking about 2,000 tons a day that is moving from a typical transfer station, that's at least 100 large transfer trailers going to a landfill or a disposal facility, replaced by 20 rail cars in one train pulled by one locomotive that leaves one time a day.
Is this being used right now?
This technology has been used for the last 10 years in Europe. It was German in origin.
But is it being used in this country right
We
now?
are just introducing it now. There's been demonstrations both in California and New York, and we're about to roll it out commercially.
And what's this mean? I guess the railroads, if I'm an investor who's looking at this, the railroads would be one of the big beneficiaries.
I think railroads, I can tell you, are extremely enthusiastic about this. We have worked with several of the Class 1 railroads testing this. We're working with them now. Waste by rail is arrived. It is growing each year over the last several years. This is a way for them to move garbage, the stuff that smells, in a way that
if they can break the contracts that are existing with the truckers who are taking it right now.
Well, certainly the truckers historically have been the most preponderant way that waste is moved. It's not a question of contracts, it's just a question of pricing. And we think because of fuel savings, greater efficiency, trucks off the road, the railroad's going to have a bigger and bigger piece of the action.
All right, David, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
David Stoller.